Plants are absolutely amazing to me. They grow just like people do. And plants feed off the nutrition they need from the soil, the ground around them, and the sun. So just like the shark video that we watched yesterday and the deer video that we watched yesterday, these plants are also feeding, but in a completely different kind of way. All right. I could watch this forever. Very soothing. All right, so here we go. Today, we are going to be, this is Tuesday. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to watch this video called Crash Course Fabulous Food Chains. And you have right here, Fabulous Food Chains. It's only about, what does it say? Oh, 3 minutes and 24 seconds, okay? To talk about what a food chain is and to give you some really good examples of what a food chain is and how it works. So if you haven't already, go ahead and pause the video and pause my video and watch the Fabulous Food Chains video. All right, so think about really quickly too, what connections did you see between the sun and the plants and the animals? Because there is definitely a connection from the sun even to just us as animals, okay? So remember that the food chain always starts with the sun. Okay, on the next two slides, we're going to make a model of a food chain using pictures and using arrows. Now, here's the way that you need to think of it. An arrow means giving energy to, okay? Lots of times students get confused and they think the arrow means that it's eating something. So like if it's an arrow from a cow to a fly, that the cow is eating the fly, but that's not how it works, okay? So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do this one right here, okay? And I'm going to do this particular food chain and show you what to do, and then you're going to do the next food chain on your own, okay? So remember that the arrows mean giving energy to. So if there's an arrow from one thing to another, that one thing gives energy to the next one thing, okay? So notice that this one says begin right there, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set this up. So you can see me working. Okay. Right. That's pretty good. All right. I think you can see that pretty well. Okay. So notice that this says begin right here. Okay. So this is where we're going to begin. And you should have learned in the video and just in knowing in general that the sun is the beginning of the food chain basically for everything. In fact, it's so much known that it's the beginning of the food chain is a lot of times you'll see a food chain or a food web and there won't be a sun because it's just a given fact that it begins with the sun. But just for the purposes of today, we're going to start with the sun, okay? Okay, so you just move the sun over to the box that it goes in. Now, the sun gives energy to what? Okay, the sun gives energy to what? That's what this arrow is right here, okay? This arrow right here is the sun giving energy to what? Okay, well, in order for the grass to grow, just like the sprouts that we saw just a while ago, the sun is giving energy to the grass, okay? The sun is giving energy to the grass. So we're going to move the grass here. Okay, so then you ask yourself, all right, what eats grass? Okay, well, grasshoppers eat grass. Okay, so we're going to move our grasshopper right there. And then click off of it. Okay, so the sun gives energy to the grass gives energy to the grasshopper. All right, so what eats a grasshopper? What gets its energy from a grasshopper? Well, it is a frog, okay? A grasshopper gives energy to a frog. A grasshopper gives energy to the frog. The frog eats the grasshopper, but notice that's not the way the arrow is going. The grasshopper gives energy to the frog, okay? Now, what does a frog give energy to, okay? Well, frog gives energy to a snake. The frog gives energy to the snake. The snake eats the frog, but the frog gets energy, that's what the arrow is for, gives energy to the snake. And then lastly, the hawk, okay? So the hawk gives energy to, no, the snake gives energy to the hawk. The snake gives energy to the hawk. That's what that arrow is there, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these back to the places where they were, okay? So that you can do this one on your own. And then after you do this one on your own, I'm gonna have you do this one completely on your own, okay? So I forgot my little begin thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right there. And copy and paste that right onto, actually this one. Okay, so you're gonna do this one on your own, starting with whatever it is that begins with a food chain and ending with what ends the food chain here. And remember, the arrows mean that it's giving energy to. The arrows mean it's giving energy to. Okay, so at this point, I want you to put an orange, what was I doing this week? Orange lightning bolt, okay? Put an orange lightning bolt, I tell you what, since all of these things right here are going to be gone because they're gonna be in different places, why don't you just put that orange lightning bolt like right here in the middle, okay? So just go up to the shapes and then you're gonna choose the lightning bolt, which is that one right there, and make it orange. If you don't remember how to make it orange, then you need to watch the end of my video from yesterday. I had a student who called me and said, Miss Turney, I don't know how to make the videos, make it a certain color. And I said, well, you need to watch the video. All right, so that is it for today. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.